Hey guys, I wish you a very happy new year and I really hope your 2020 has begun exactly the way you wanted to. And today I'm going to talk about a topic that I know is in most of our new year resolution, and some of us have had it in a resolution and fitness and health goals month after month, and that is fat loss and inches loss. Yes, I do believe there are fundamental rules and tips that apply for any fat loss or inches loss program or goal or resolution, whatever you want to call it, right? So I've had herd mentality as well, where I would like do this diet because it worked for this friend, and then I would move to this diet because I saw a before after picture around it, or I moved to something that is popular on social media. So I've been there and I know this feeling, because at the end of it, we want results. We are frustrated and we want something to work. So I get why I did it, but today I can proudly say that I've sustained my weight goal. Of course, I'm working towards being my better version, toning more, building more muscles. That'll always be a goal for all of us, right? But there are some fundamental rules and tips that are always as a part of my life, which I think has helped me sustain my weight, feel very positive about my food connection. I'm not spending hours thinking, oh my god, now I ate this, now I can't eat this, how much did I eat today? It is just a part of my lifestyle. I would like to say that's the easiest way to say it, is now an extension of who I am, and it's a part of my lifestyle. So that's what I would want for you. And having said that, we'll always have to remember that we're bio individuals. So to this, we'll always add a layer of customization based on what our cravings are, what our hunger is, what our bio individuality is. So that is something that we constantly need to edit and change, but that you will need to do it with a coach or a nutritionist. What I'm going to give you today are the fundamental rules and tips that you first need to have in your nutrition plan in order to be in fat loss or inches loss. So the first one is calorie deficit. No matter what your plan is, we need to be calorie deficit, which means calorie in, what we eat, what we consume, needs to be less than what we burn, right? If we don't do that, all that calorie excess over a period of time is obviously going to add to those inches. So no matter what your nutrition plan is, food plan is, diet plan is, you need to make sure that you're on calorie deficit. You can obviously measure it using different apps, using different smartphones, or you can work with a nutritionist who knows how many calories you're actually burning, so gives a plan accordingly, but you need to be in calorie deficit. Number two is we need to have good quality calories. I've seen many people out there say, oh, as long as I eat a samosa and I'm in calorie deficit, it's fine. Well, it worked for some time, sure, but at the end of the day, great calories, good quality calories are the ones that nourish us, which gives us fiber, which gives us protein, which builds our muscle, which helps us to tone, which acts positively with our metabolism, with our insulin. So there are multiple reasons why you need to have good quality calories overall. Of course, we indulge once in a while here and there. I'm not talking about that. We want to do that. We want to live with variety. We want to indulge a bit, but we do it more mindfully. Number third is that we need to actually move, right? NEAT, as we say, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is not doing exercise but just mobility. And that's why, if you've seen, there's so much emphasis on steps. Do 7,000 steps a day, do 10,000 steps a day. Well, you start with wherever you are, that doesn't matter, but that all of that adds a lot to your metabolism. It adds almost 10 to 15% to your metabolism. We work out and we think we're going to work out for an hour, and that's great, but that's just 5% of your metabolism, right? 15% of your metabolism is coming from movement, mobility. That's why you see Europeans, most of them are so fit, they're always walking, and they are very happy because the cortisol levels are low. Why does that happen? Because when we move, our cortisol level drops. We also don't increase our hunger and craving as much as we do after a workout. So mobility is my third point that is highly important if you want to be in fat loss or inches loss. Number fourth is hydrating correctly. Hydrating in a way where you're consuming enough and absorbing enough. Many people don't absorb well when they have low sodium content in your body, so you need to measure that. Many people don't absorb well when they don't have water-rich vegetables, water-rich fruit, water-rich food, which are very important because they have like these molecules around it which get absorbed by our cell much faster. And of course, we're 85% water, so if you're not going to be hydrated well, then obviously you're going to move towards food thinking you're hungry, but what you need is hydration. So that's my fourth point. My fifth point is sleep. When we don't sleep well, so I've heard many people who try to sleep only for 4 hours to maximize the number of days, hours that they can use in the day for different other things. But by most renowned people all around the world, they have emphasized on sleep. When we don't sleep well, we don't let our brains eliminate the toxins that it needs to. We actually expand our fat cell, we actually get a lot more acidity, and we tend to eat a lot more because we are feeling tired, and we think we're tired because we are hungry, but actually we need rest, right? Therefore, even short naps in the afternoon are said to rejuvenate us, and I'm a huge believer. I have short naps all the time because I have the flexibility from working from home. But if you don't have that, at least get a good night's rest. That is really important for fat loss and inches loss, right? So the last point I would like to say is weight training. I think all of us need a little bit of weight training because we need to build that muscle mass. It leads to positive fat loss. It tones us. You can do cardio, but you should do a little bit of weight training along with your cardio and yoga and resting activities and mobility, because it does build your muscles, it does tone you, and it is important. So you can do different kind of weight training based on what your capacity is, what you like. All of that's all right, but a little bit of weight training is needed. So let me just recap quickly the fundamental rules and tips that are needed for fat loss and inches loss. Number one is calorie deficit. Number two is good quality calories. Number three is mobility. Number four is hydration. Number five is sleep. And number six is weight training. Post that, you can obviously customize your diet based on what you like, what you don't like. You can customize your activities based on what you like, what you don't like, your workouts, all of it, as long as you have a positive relationship with your lifestyle, and it will work. I hope this sets off your New Year resolution goal where health and fitness is concerned, and I hope you can incorporate this. I think they're really, really simple to do. No rocket science here, and I wish you a very, very good 2020.